It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. So here come the Jaguars to take over for the first time behind Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback in season number 4.
Last year was a bit of a mixed bag for Lawrence as he started off looking like a budding superstar. But then he suffered an ankle injury and was a shell of himself the rest of the way. His team needs him to stay healthy if they plan on maximizing their full potential. And if that ends up being the case, they'll have a good shot to win a lot of games here in 2024.
In motion right is Davis. That's quickly out wide to Davis. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here's Lawrence to throw. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he's brought down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Off to Thomas on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome game setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And this one is right through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, they had the solid field position there to start the opening drive and didn't have to really move it too far to be in range and take the 3-0 lead.
And a lot of times I think that even I look at this a little bit negatively because of where they started with the field position. Hey, they still got 3 points out of this drive. Got a little momentum going. Got things set up for the rest of the ball game. Take the 3, be happy, and move on.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his second season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
And he's coming off of a truly remarkable rookie season where he quieted a lot of his doubters in a most emphatic fashion. Remember, going into the draft, many thought he was the number 2 quarterback coming out of college. He proved quickly he was a top quarterback going into the NFL. One of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in recent memory. And what's scary about it? He's not even close to reaching his ceiling.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. Fighting his way through contact. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Henry To'oTo'o got in there behind the line of scrimmage that time.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on third down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion right is Davis. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Lawrence going to throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the 2nd quarter. This a 2nd and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now Lawrence to throw. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. As Stroud now to throw. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. And that's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Stroud to throw it. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Stroud. Caught left side. Here's Dell. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Play action. Stroud now. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he'll get this up to the 43. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Here's Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. From midfield now, Lawrence. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Again, it's Lawrence. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down Jaguars after Gabe Davis makes another nice catch. And one thing about him, he's a big play waiting to happen and has been throughout his career. Finished the last 3 seasons ranking in the top 10 for average yards per reception. And that's one of the reasons the Jaguars targeted him this offseason and brought him back to his home state.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Screen play. Here's Etienne. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. It's complete to Diggs. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and a yard. Stroud working out of the gun. He's got the hook up with Diggs. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs, 63 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
It was a terrific first half from the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On the bootleg, Stroud. The left side caught by Diggs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
In motion right, that's Dell. Stroud sets up the play action. That is caught by Dell. And he's taken down inside the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Well, we know he's got the speed. There he needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Stroud to throw it. Finding Diggs near the sideline. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And And the lead is up to 15 now. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They go play action now. Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Lawrence. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 51 yards. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Extra point right down the middle as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Jaguars 13.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now it's Mixon running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Stroud looking to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 23. In motion right is Davis. They'll look to ETN to start things out. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Lawrence will throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
He'll find Gabriel Davis, and they'll get this down to the 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here we go, 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas from 10 yards out. And the Jags have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2. Lawrence. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, the home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. This is 1st and 10. Stroud. Finding Schultz.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Stroud. And his throw here's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
He gets this complete to Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. He'll take it inside the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 2nd down. Going right back to Akers. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. A give running right is Akers. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here now Lawrence and the Jaguars. Down 24-21, 37 seconds to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Lawrence. Into the hands of Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Jaguars.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Here's Lawrence. This for all the marbles. This ball intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.